everybody. This is a headline I like from the Raiders game. You ready? It says it right here. Raiders. Well, excuse me. It said it right there and switched on me. Let's go back. Raiders eliminate Bills. See that? Raiders eliminate Bills. You gotta like that. Raiders eliminate Bills. Spirit of the season. But the bottom line is the Oakland Raiders eliminated the Buffalo Bills, winning a game in overtime, a great game, 26-24. And for much of the game, it wasn't really even that close. The biggest difference in the game for me is one statistic, one number, 13. What is that? That's the total number of yards rushing the Buffalo Bills had for the game. 13 yards. That was it. I went to the game and focused on the Raiders' defensive line and how they were approaching defending the run. Gone is the request by the coaches for the defenders to hold an offensive lineman, because that means that offensive lineman can take the Raider defensive lineman where he wants the lineman to go. And what happens is that the Raiders defensive lineman can be influenced one way, running back goes another for big gains. No. This Raiders defense is now taught to attack through the gap, forget reading in the classic sense, and go for the running back. It's not true for each of the linemen. You can tell some are held back to read, others are asked to rush. But it's a more aggressive approach that I wish the Raiders had done earlier this year. Boy. But the bottom line is they did it, and it played, well, it was the reason for the Raiders' victory, I argue. 13 yards rushing. It means you have to throw. And with that, Kyle Orton almost won the game. And the fact that Kyle Orton threw for 329 yards, okay, against the Raiders means something else. It means that the Raiders' defense through the air was not good enough to really stop Kyle Orton when it mattered the most. The long touchdown drive that was done rather quickly in the fourth quarter to make it look like that if had the Bills recovered the onside kick they didn't recover, they could have put themselves in position for the winning field goal. But the real problem here is the passing game that caused Derek Carr to throw not 34 times, which is fine, but complete only 17 of those 34 throws. That is a bad percentage. Okay? And I, again, attribute that to offensive design. They only gained 214 yards. Yes, they had 2 touchdown passes. But the problem with this Raider offense is that it is not air raid in design. It doesn't have, or even West Coast, really, if you want to argue from that perspective, it's not the classic system that has the receiver that pushes the defensive deep and you can throw under.